Hello, I'm Nick. This is a basic follow-up to some tools that I was talking about in a previous video. You can get most tools that you need from Home Depot or similar retailers. Here's their electrical tool aisle, which you'll find at the back of their electrical section. The one thing I wanted to make a point on in this video is the differences in prices from different tools. You can get a commercial electric you can see here for about $8. And then you come over and buy the same tool in a Klein version, it's going to cost you $17. So there's a $9 difference on that. Those price differences will follow straight through all the way along. There are definitely some quality issues with the cheaper brand tools. So when you have moving parts and whatnot, it does make sense to buy a higher quality item. Or for instance, these voltage sensors, I would definitely go with the Milwaukee on a voltage sensor like this, rather than the $10 cheaper version on the left. Voltage sensors do tend to have this thing that happens where after you use them for a while, they get loose connections and then they don't work so well anymore, except for the Milwaukee I haven't had any trouble with. But for some things, it's more prestige. You can get this whole kit of tools for something like $35. Whereas if you were to buy all these same tools in a Klein version, outside of a kit, you're going to end up spending closer to $150. And those things add up. But to a large degree, if you come in with tools that are all commercial electric, somebody will understand instantly that you haven't worked in electrical for very long, that you got a brand new set of tools. For most of these drivers, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. There might be a little bit better grip on a Klein handle than on these, but I mean, you're talking about probably $100 or $150 difference in price buying a bunch of individual Klein drivers rather than getting a kit like this. So it really depends on what your budget is. If you can afford to just get the regular tools, go ahead and go for brand name tools. If you can't, if you simply need all the tools right now, go ahead and do it. Keep in mind that you are definitely going to be noted as being just brand new with no real experience in electrical if you come in with the tool set like that. On certain tools, however, it doesn't make that much of a difference. For instance, take a look at this $35 Klein torpedo level. You can get the same level that's almost as good for $15. And these things get dropped a lot, so you don't necessarily want to throw $35 into a level that might break. You just have to kind of judge which tools are important versus which tools you can get by with a less expensive brand. One last thing you might want to take a look at is pick up an Uglies. These are great, and they might be something that you don't use a whole lot the first day on the job, but that you're trying to use it and that you're learning how to use it will really accelerate your ability to become a journeyman electrician. Okay, this has been Alpha Electric. This is Nick. I appreciate you listening to this blog.